there's a division between the Black Americans and the Chinese people on this app.
My American friends, if you haven't noticed, things are getting real weird around here, aren't they? Keep that in mind. We are a bargaining chip for two countries.
Excited to have you, amazing viewer at Comfort for Life, where I bring to you a compilation of TikTok and Rednote videos for educational purposes. In this video, I came across on my For You page on Rednote. This lady had prior posted a video where she went on to share a recipe. She's an American and she mentioned that it was a Black American recipe. And that statement did not sit well with Chinese, who are believed to have shared culture. They have everything in common. So they didn't see the need for her to mention that the recipe was Black American while she's American. And this was her response. Listen to this and let me know what you think. Kindly like the video for recommendation and let's dive into this.
Hey, me mentioning my culture, there is nothing wrong with that. So y'all let me know. How do y'all view that?
What's up to all my American friends? Ni hao to all my Chinese friends. I'm enjoying Rednote. I'm not leaving. I'm going to try to create more content. I've been working a lot lately. That's where I'm at now. But I just wanted to come on here and talk about a couple of things. There's a division between the Black Americans and the Chinese people on this app. And it's neither one of our faults, but we can't buy into it and we can't react to it. Basically, the media that we view in America doesn't show a lot of what goes on in China or about the Chinese people in general. So we don't know a lot about you guys. And in turn, American media has painted a very negative picture of Black Americans. There are bad apples in every bunch, but they portray us all as being bad people. So you can't buy into that. I've seen a lot of racist comments from both sides, and it's very disheartening because we came here for a different view on life, and it seems that no matter where we go in the world, even obviously on social media, we get viewed negatively. And I just want to take this time to say, if there's any questions that my Chinese people would like to ask a Black American, you can do it under this post, comment, and I'll answer. If I have any questions in return, then I'll definitely put them in the comments. But let's bridge the gap. Let's become friends. Let's stop arguing over frivolous things that we don't even understand. We don't understand each other. We don't have that knowledge yet. So let's learn. Let's educate ourselves on each other and put our prejudices behind. All right? Everyone have a good day.
Okay, Chinese sisters, let me explain something to you about America. So when Black Americans fight for things, civil rights, DEI, affirmative action, affordable healthcare, things like that, these initiatives cover a large portion of the population, typically minorities, typically lower socioeconomic statuses, typically lower educated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Basically, it covers all marginalized and disenfranchised groups. What the bourgeoisie does is basically tell them, oh, this is done by Black people and it only benefits Black people. It doesn't benefit you. When the truth is, it does benefit them, but they don't go research it first. They just believe the bourgeoisie. For example, they came to Little Red Book and told you that American healthcare is super expensive. This is actually a lie. Obama had actually came up with a healthcare plan that was inexpensive and affordable for all. They rejected it and voted against it because he was Black.
Hi everyone, 大家好 我叫凯莉，我是一个天文学博士学生。I'm also mixed race, so Asian, halfy, 混血, whatever you want to call it. And growing up in the United States was a little bit weird sometimes because whatever group I was a part of, they always kind of considered me the other thing. So if I were in an Asian community, they'd say, oh, no, you're white. And then if I were with anyone else, they'd say, no, you're Asian. And I never really felt like I belonged in either group. So coming to Xiaohongshu, I was really curious, what are the attitudes around mixed race people in China? That's all for now, but I'm really happy to be here and I'd love to hear your thoughts.
小红书
If you'd love to know the challenges that mixed race people go through in the US, I've linked videos in the comment section for you of videos I've shared on this platform. Kindly check them out so that you get to understand the depth of that. Before we move to the next session of this video, which will be providing solutions to what we have been discussing here, because I'm also part of those creators who are voicing out this stuff that has to do with a division among Americans, and I feel like it's about time that we change how we see things, and so that we can get to live in a more harmonic world. I don't know how we are going to overlook some things, but I feel like it is time that we find a new mechanism for us to be able to approach the differences that we have. And I appreciate this creator for coming up to talk to Black people. And if you are here, you've not joined Rednote, and if you are planning on joining Rednote, and if you're already on Rednote and you're doing this mistake, kindly listen to this clip. You need to hear this.
I just came here to say, I hope you're well. I just came here to say, I'm seeing a lot of posts about people asking about race. Do Chinese people like Black people? Do Chinese people date Black women? Do Chinese people like white people? I mean, just it's just ridiculous. Please stop. Please stop asking these questions, because everything in America is about race. Not some things, not most things, but everything is about race. Everything, all the time. Even though people will deny it. Everything is about race in America. So if you come to Rednote, try to leave that in America. Try to escape from that. Try to enjoy some other things. Try to meet some people instead of coming over here asking what I consider to be an insulting and dumb question. Do you like Black women? Do you like Asian? Do you like Latino women? It's stupid. It's stupid. We have been so conditioned in America to judge things by race that we can't see anything else. We can't see anything else. You come to this country through the app and you don't learn anything. All you think about is race. And if a Chinese person answers, no, I don't like Black people, then you're going to reply, see, I know it. They're racist just like white people in America. If the Chinese person replies, yes, I like Black people, then you're going to say, no, I don't believe it. They're liars just like the white people in America who say they like Black people, but secretly they do not. So to avoid that whole conversation, don't even bring it up. Don't even ask that question. Ask them about the Chinese New Year. Ask them about their cuisine. Ask them about the weather. Ask them about anything but race. Escape race. Escape it. It's not a big deal in other parts of the world. And I understand we've been conditioned in America to base everything on race, but the rest of the world does not do that. So figure it out. Figure it out. The rest of the world does not do that. Only in America. Only in America and only in Western countries is that a factor. A lot of the answers from the Chinese people are, we judge people by their character instead of their race. And what did Martin Luther King Jr. say? He said, I will live for the day when people are judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. And now you've discovered a place like this and you still want to ask about race. Don't do that. Don't do that, my friends. Please don't do that. Just ask about something else. Ask about their art. Ask about the kung fu. Ask about the beautiful animals. Ask about the cherry blossoms. So much stuff to learn. And here you come and ask about race. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. All right. And I guess I say goodbye now. I guess it's Zaijian. Some Chinese person, let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's bedtime for me, so good night.
So I was just on my For You page on Rednote, and I saw a question came up multiple times. I think some African American people are wondering, what do Chinese people really think of them? What do Chinese people really feel about them? And I understand why they're asking this question. I just wanted to give my honest opinion as a Chinese person. So first of all, if we want to put people into categories, I think in a typical Chinese mind, there are only two categories. There are Chinese and there are foreigners. So Chinese and non-Chinese. It does not matter your skin color. If you are not Chinese, you automatically fall into the second category, which is foreigners. So no, Chinese people will not treat you differently based on the color of your skin. But because China, this Chinese civilization or China as a country, is made up by the same people and their descendants lived on the same exact land for over 5,000 years. And the majority of the population looks like this. So if you do not look like this, people will notice that you look different. So people will notice the color of your skin. Also, because the concept of racism itself does not really exist in Chinese culture, people will not shy away from telling you that they have noticed the color of your skin. And some of them will even play jokes about the stereotypes that they think is good stereotypes. And also, in terms of racism, I think you have to understand the part of the history to really understand the concept of racism. Taking US history as an example, most Chinese people do not really learn about US history in school. If you do not know about the hardship, the suffer that African American people had been through, you can't understand what jokes is offensive and what jokes are not, what is appropriate to say, what is not.
Hi, everyone. So this is Brianna again, and I wanted to answer a couple of more questions that you guys may have about living here in China. So I have 3 packages here, meaning that I'm going to answer 3 questions, and they're all going to come from Miss Zakaya Jackson. She is one of my very first commenters in my very first video. So without further ado, let's get started. The first question is, do I enjoy it? And I do. Yay! I enjoy being here in China. I learned so much, and I believe that it really is a passion of mine to teach. Sometimes I question whether I'm a good teacher or not, but you train yourself and you train with the kids and you continue to communicate with other people, and it helps. And sometimes I do get overburdened being in a whole different country, but you know what? I enjoy that too. I like challenges. I love learning new things. And if I get a little overwhelmed, I'll just go back to my apartment or talk to a couple of friends. Is there racism? I don't know. What I realized is that many Chinese people see foreigners as just that, foreigners. Some may identify you because of the color of your skin and have assumptions of where you are. But with all the comments and all the questions I received, they have been very respectful. So unless I just don't understand the language and they're saying something behind my back, I just don't know. But other than that, it's been pretty respectful. They see you as a foreigner first and then see you as race. But I think it's because there's not a lot of foreigners here. So I have not experienced racism. I experienced a couple of stereotypes, like whether I love rap music and hip hop, and well, I do. So, but it's okay if it happens. It's not really bad intentions. Have I made friends? Yeah, I've made friends. Sorry. I made friends. When I mentioned that I went to Beijing, I made friends there when I was in my English group, but also made friends here. My Beijing friends helped me to come here, but when I got here, I made friends with my coworkers, and when I went to the market, I made friends there, and sometimes I just randomly make friends when I'm just walking around doing absolutely nothing. But that's because I'm a pretty extroverted person. I've randomly come up to a person and start talking, having a conversation. Or if somebody wants to talk to me, I don't feel the need not to talk. And I have a feeling it's because it's so safe here. But you know, you got coworkers, so you talk with them. You got my host family, talk with them, and you can make friends if you're just friendly. So that's happened. So if you're interested about making friends, go ahead and do that. However, I think it's best that you have a little translator app so that's easier to communicate with your friends, especially those that are just learning English or don't know English at all, which are probably everybody. Well, not everybody, but you get my drift. Here, there's not a lot of English speakers, so it's harder to make friends. And when you're a little bit farther from the country, it's hard to like have fun with everybody because you're like in the country and everybody's in the city. I'll tell you about my living situation later on, but overall, yes, you can make friends here. You can feel as if you belong here. You're just going to have to be a little bit extroverted or at least a little bit more outgoing. And, you know, you can always find people. So yeah, totally make friends. In fact, they're the ones who kind of helped me to start doing hung shoe videos. That's awesome. And woo! Oh, and they helped me to get these things on the internet because it's really hard for me to understand Chinese. Yay me! Shoes are like superior to all of my small shoes here.
Guys, that was it about this video. Thank you so much for being here. If you forget everything about this video, just remember that don't bring our racism topic on Rednote. We want to rest, we want to learn cultures, we want to explore the world, and just know that Chinese don't really mind about your skin color, but they would be curious to know about you. They would be curious because they might have never seen a black person, and they would want to know you. They would want to touch you. They would want to they would want to explore. They would want for you to be the first person that they relate with, who is black. So we are praying for unity. We want one America. We want everyone to feel comfortable in the US, because if there is one thing that you guys should know is that you are linked by your challenges. You have one leader, you have the same challenges. Like right now, I don't know if there's an American who is not crying online, except for the few who are feeling comfortable right now. But a majority of Americans right now, they are not having it. They are tired. And the least you can do is to be united. That's the only way you can do it. Yeah, that's the only way you can do it. Because this divide that had been created between America and China, why can't it be broken in the US itself, among different groups of people in the US? I believe that there will be one day that everyone will feel comfortable in their land. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, and thank you for your love and support. Kindly subscribe, like the video. You can as well support the channel through the thank button down there, and thank me.